Morning, welcome to another video carrying on with the discovery. You'll notice I've got some new glasses because I bought my other ones. I mean, these are only cheap B&M specials, that's all they are, like cost a couple of pound. My other ones snapped, so I do wear proper ones in the house. So here we go. I mean, this is supposedly the same colour, but it looks darker to me. So you can see there's a step there where I'd masked off and faded. It's not faded very well, but it'll do the job. I'll probably try and polish it, see if it'll like polish and T-cut and everything, and if it doesn't I'll have to just blend it a bit more. But I was trying to cover that. I'd got that sticker masked off because I didn't want to go over that, and there were marks up here as well, scratches like this, you see. So you can see it's starting to fade out there, but we've got all that painted under there, all underneath. So I'll take you underneath, I'll show you what I'm doing next. Oh, hang on, before I go underneath, I've also got the air tank de-rusted in 2 coats of that epoxy mastic stuff. We'll go underneath because before I start putting that tank back on, I'll turn my light on. Ooh, drop it. So up here, I don't know whether you'll be able to make out, but like I painted there under that bit where I've repaired that bit there, but then from here where my finger is, can you see where my finger is there, to back here where my finger is there, I can't get at it because those air conditioning pipes are in the way. So I'm going to have to try and undo that bracket and undo that bracket and see if I can just get enough space to move the pipes a bit to be able to paint that bit of metal and that weld there, because I can see the weld where it's got no paint on it. So of course it's going to rust, isn't it? So I'll get some stuff on those, need to wire brush the nuts and see if I can get that off. So that's what I'm going to do now before I then move over to the other side. But you can see I've painted all along there where I've de-rusted, and then I've started to move over the other side, but I just want to get this done first. So this had little skimmer filler, another little skinner filler where I've had pushed it in, which was there. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do. And then yeah, loads of paint. So put a coat on yesterday, let it dry, put another coat on, and so on. So yeah, masked it all off and everything. So yeah, we can start to go over the other side, and then we can put the compressor back on and stuff. So for now, I'm going to get those wire brushed, so I'm going to see if I can do that. And then I've started to move my welder over here and everything. I need to move that trolley as well, so oh yeah, and I wire brushed and rust treated and needle scaled in here, and now that's been painted as well, all the bumper ready. So I'll get on with that. I'll speak to you in a bit. So the nuts off these came off okay actually, so I can just move it enough now to be able to get some paint in there. Just clean up, wire brush, get a paintbrush in, or a spray. So I've undone that one. Light's not great. That one up there, and these two. So let's just unhook that one. There we go. Just give me a bit more space to manoeuvre. I can clean up under there a bit better now. I know the lights look great, sorry. I can push it up a bit. Let's get that done. Oh, and I've put new overalls on because the other one's got too many holes in now. Right, whilst the what's that called? What am I trying to say to you? Whilst the anti-rust stuff is working on the other side, let's start to wire brush this off and see if I need to start cutting this, or if it's just indeed surface rust as I first thought. Not sure. So yeah, we'll give that a go. We'll wire brush in here and up there, and then we'll get the anti-rust on this lot as well. let's start to wire brush off. Let's get my face mask on.
Yeah, this side's gone as well. This bit up here, under the door, the outer bit there, look bad, wasn't so bad, it's just the bottom. So we're going to have to do similar on this, cut all this outer bit off to get to that inner bit, to be able to repair the inner bit. Just working the way along. I need to move the welder's in the way. Yeah, so this is a lot worse as well than it first looks. We've got to unpick all that to be able to fix that. Wire brushed in here, need to attack it with a screwdriver and I'll get rust straight on it. But yeah, not too bad. Not as bad as the other side, at least. But it's still going to need a similar level of work to be able to do it. Right. Yeah, look, this is all gone, this closing piece all up here again. All down there. So, this bit's okay. Just treat that, paint that, we'll be okay. Right, time to go and have a drink. See you later. Maybe another day.
Welcome back. Day after, Monday. Bank holiday Monday. Final bank holiday in May 2026. It's warm. It's warm outside. Anyway, look in there. There's something missing. What's missing? The spring. That's because it's in over there. Got my new one ready to put in. But before I put it in, I decided to de-rust and rust treat. And I'm going to paint in there. So I wire brushed it with a brush on an angle grinder. Not an angle grinder, in the drill, because I can't get the angle grinder in. Rust treated it, but it's still a bit wet in that corner. I was going to put a coat of paint on. And then another coat of paint later. Bit of epoxy stuff. I need to just agitate that because it's not ready. But yeah, my new shock is ready. I've got my new bolts, new nut ready. I've not done anything else on that other side because I want to get this side sort of back together, as in the air compressor back on, the air tank back on, the air spring changed, before I then move on to the other side. I'm going to start attacking the other side next weekend, I think, but I'll have to do my accounts as well, so I've got to start sorting that, so there might not be as much progress with this as I would like. But yeah, that came out okay. The two outer 15mm nuts are fine, they're okay. It's that inner one. And what I did was I removed the oil line first, so it was out of the way, and then I put on one of my strip nut rounded nut extractors, put that on for the 15mm, and then it meant I could put a 24mm spanner on it and use that, and because it just brought it up that little bit higher up. And then once it was got loose enough, I did try putting my 3/8 ratchet on it, but it was easier to just use the spanner, just kept working it off. And then when I put it back together, I'm going to put the air line in last, because again it'll just give me that space to get a socket on and whiz it down. Unfortunately, I can't get my 3/4 drive 90° air ratchets in, or the electric ratchet, because I haven't got a long nose one, so I just have to use the socket on it. It'll work. Right, I'm going to get that agitated, and then I can't do anything else, so I'll have to go back inside again. So whilst I've just mixed a bit of paint and I'm waiting for it for 10 minutes, because you've got to leave it 10 minutes after you've mixed it, just thought I'd show you this. So here's the rear spring. This is the original spring. So it's marked on it 22nd of December, hang on, no sorry, 10th of October 2006. There's not much resistance to the shock. I mean, it works, so I might keep it as a spare just in case that other one that I bought is rubbish. But Doesn't seem too bad. The boot's still good. If I'll be on another day, I might wire brush it, clean it up a bit. Yeah, the boots have got Land Rover on them. See, I don't think it's come back up to full height. It's not. That's full height. You can move it fairly quickly. You can replace the shock absorbers on them, but it's no point. Yeah, thought I'd show you that. That's in there painted. Next, I've just got to run the M8 tap down the threads on here, and then I've got to get that out of there that I've suspended it with while I was painting. I've stuck the sticker back on there with the hot glue gun. I've just got to get this out of here because the paint on it has got stuck. So I just need to wind that back and then I can wind it out. I need 2 hands. But I'm going to lock the nut and it should come out. It's starting to get tight. There we go, it's coming now. Seal tank back on, new nuts and bolts, M8 bolts, just normal washers and lock washers. That'll be fine. Fed the pipe through that I cut. Get the compressor on next. Yeah, it's warming up in here now. Let's go and have a look what temperature it is. Yeah, 27, 26.9. It's a bit too warm really, so I'll just tape these lines over. I've got a plastic weld that lug back on, haven't I, before I do that. So yeah, I need to do that. Let's get that plastic welded back on, but again, it's just a bit too warm to do it now. I'll do it another day when it's cooler. So yeah, only a short episode this time. I'll let that paint dry. I might put another coat on it. Get the air spring back in, get the compressor on. Won't tighten the nuts up. I can tighten the top ones, not the bottom one. I'll do both sides at the same time when I've got the ride height right. Yeah, getting there. Bit more. So thanks for watching. See you next time.